Alright, here we are. Let's try and get this done right this time. Wait, maybe it... Yeah, I got game over. I remember this now. Okay. Ah, fuck. Love that. It's fine. Hampson! Whoops. No! There we go. Are we fine? Yeah, we're fine, we're fine. I was worried I, like, pressed the wrong thing. I accidentally, like, maximized the tab or whatever. Buddy! Ugh. Woohoo! Samson! 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 Don't be a bum. Okay, yeah, they can't get there. This is 2 movement, right? Yeah, they have 2. So I can just do... So all the silences I theoretically need. And then more of them are coming. Yeah, I got a warp. That's good. Four there, 5, 6 there. Yeah, so that should do it, actually. Yeah, there's like 7 there alone, so that's really good. Okay, so that's good. Okay, so there's 6 left. That guy's coming. I got a tomahawk. I like that, but I can't use it. So that's fine. I have another silence, so I just need to grab that. I know this guy can sneak through. I've been through this before. I know what happened. This is where it becomes kind of nerve-wracking, because I kind of have to secure an exit. Yeah, that guy's just going back there. Yo, Pinkerton, it's going alright. Yep, unfortunately. Yeah, so like this right here is kind of the big issue. Like this guy, I mainly have to knock him out. Do I have a silent staff? No, of course I don't. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. That put me in a weird spot. Okay, that guy's dead. Ah, fuck. I mean, I can fix this, I think. I have a rescue, right? I hate this guy. I hate all of these guys. Let me just calculate. He has 25, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Fuck. Oh wait, no, I don't need to silence. I just need to warp. I just need to rescue. Which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I should be able to do it. Oh, I can't rescue the stupid... Oh, fuck. Are you serious? Oh, I'm so angry. I'm so angry about this. Like, fuck this, man. I can't do anything about this now. Ugh, so stupid and annoying. Like, now I'm in, like, a horrible position. Like, an absolutely terrible position. Like, I think I'm gonna have to restart now because of this, which is so stupid. Yeah, I have to restart again. Because that fucking guy, I can't freaking rescue them. I hate it. I hate this shit. This chapter is really bad. Because it's like, oh, okay. Whatever, right? I mean, I just have to, like, hang out and just keep doing stuff. Freaking stupid is what it is. Samson. Like, the setup we had made sense. It's just, you know, annoying shit, pretty much. We were about to win, and then a stupid villager walked into a guy and triggered everybody, so I had to restart. And I can't rescue them, so I kinda got fucked. So I have to restart again, which I don't love. Of course, this guy's here. Wait, did she dodge it? Fucking dodged silence? Are you fucking kidding me? What are the odds of dodging silence? I don't know. That's annoying. I hate this chapter. It's so bad. I don't like that I had to throw that away. Alright, we've managed to get sort of out of the way of this. One of those weird annoying things that are annoying that I hate. Did I mention how annoying it is? Samson, gotta calm down. I mean, this guy is annoying because now I have to waste a thing on him. Okay, I got... Hello? Alright, it should be fine again. I don't know why it keeps doing that. But it's fine. I think it's just age with this thing. I got a warp staff, that's good. Yeah, I hate him. I really hate him. But I have to keep someone around just to watch him. Because, like, worst case, I'm gonna have to freaking, like, silence him again. Which I don't want to do, but I feel like I might have to. Now, I know this guy can, like, sneak through, so I have to be really careful of him. Yeah, so there's like a ton of guys around here. I've got 2 silences left, so I can theoretically, like, knock them off. I just kind of don't want to if I can avoid it. Like, this is the last one I need to get. Like, because I had to throw one away, unfortunately, it's kind of like... we have to kind of watch what's going on here. I mean, I can just, like, rescue them and move them up. Which I may have to do. Because they're all coming. Like, these guys are coming in. Okay, that guy is not a threat. So if I put him there, I can technically, like, force them to... like, what's he gonna fire at me with? A short spear? So if I go here, and I use the short spear myself, and then use a torch, like, this guy won't be able to reach, and this guy will attack me. Aw, you son of a bitches. Why did you move there? I mean, they had to, but still, I'm pissed about that. I mean, they're gonna kill one of these. That's another issue. Like, I can't stop them from killing one. And I can't rescue. I mean, I can, like, rescue Helios over here and see if he can, like, go up and, like, kill one. No, he's one short. He can't do it. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we do have 6. I just have to, like, wipe out this last guy. Okay, so they should all be able to technically do a bunch of stuff. It's just the Berserk Staff one, I can't silence them. Which is unfortunate. You know, so I'm basically gonna have to kill them turn 1. I mean, this one won't move, right? Yeah, they can't move. So it's about them being safe. I mean, I wish this guy was a little bit quicker. But, you know, I'll just have to do this. Okay, there we go. That should get us to where we need to be. Sort of. Let me just illuminate over here to find out if there's dudes. Yeah, there's a dude there. I don't really care about him that much. I don't like them coming closer to me. This guy's gotta F off. This guy's getting a little close. Okay, he went back. Good. Jesse, yeah. Ugh. I hate these odds. They're terrible. Okay, that's what I needed. I needed to wipe this guy off the map. Okay, they can't quite reach me yet. This is the part where I'm like, uh-oh, I don't know. Okay, it looks like a clear path, kinda. So I should be able to just, like, wander up and get away from them. Yeah, we're about to clear, most likely. Shout out to him with his regular knife that becomes a cooler knife. Okay, he's out. Yeah, sorry, prisoners, I can't help you. You know, you guys can just hang out and do whatever. We did it! Ugh, God. I mean, like, we had to restart once because of bullshit. Where, like, a freaking prisoner walked into a guard's path, and I couldn't rescue them, so I was just fucked. Oh yeah, random funny thing. I was walking home, and, one of the walking lights changed so people could walk across, and a pigeon just decided to walk across the street between the lines, and I was like, hey. That's just a random thing that I saw, and I was just laughing at it. I like it when animals act like people. Like, he was just sauntering across, respecting the lines on the sidewalk, and I was like, damn, that pigeon knows, man. Well, goodbye, Helios, for now. By hook or by crook? Why does he say by hook or by crook? Sounds like someone killed Simon. Seems the vermin are still here. Oh, convenient. Used to intimidate me when I was younger. That was so long ago. I have no more reason to fear you now. I'm stronger, faster, and have surpassed you in every conceivable way. I want you step ahead if you're so full of yourself. Come on, I'll make it quick. I know, right? No, but he'll clearly be able to fight back and, like, come back to help. That's clearly what he'll do. Because he's Helios, man. How dare you! I mean, here's the thing though, right? Helios burns them all up, but he holds Aegis, so like, if he gets an Aegis proc, then he doesn't die. You know, it's just a solid, like, I don't know, 37% chance he lives, in my mind. Rip. Yeah, best boy. Best man. I fucking know! The end. I would have liked to have... I'm mad about that stupid scroll, but still. Like, okay, Garant carried more. For sure. Like, Garant at very specific times was needed. and he did a lot of things that Helios couldn't. Helios was still standard, and so was Ragnar. Like, they were both pretty important at different times, but they were not my carries for this. Hey, Freeze, thank you. Oh, yes. Alexander the guy. Yeah, unfortunately, I won't. A rig? It'll aid you, Shaw my. Ah, yes. The anti-gay squad. Some were forced to promote at level 10 and suck. I know, he's so bad. I mean, we know why she has that flower. We've already kind of revealed it. Huh! I forgot about this one. I always forget about this. Why is she a sage? That's weird. I guess it's like she had to ditch her horse or whatever. Oh, okay. Why the hell would anyone promote her to sage? Yes, I'll become a crazy man. Oh, for sure. Yeah, I'm gonna become Skeletor. I mean, we already make this joke. I still don't know why she saved him. Or why she, like, saved Haley, exactly. Like, it seems like it's very weird, considering they were enemies. It's like, why did you do that? It's probably because, like, you need House Ring to be strong when the third game happens. That's what I would assume. Otherwise, it makes no sense for her to save her. Though it is possible that Haley's part Lightbringer. I don't freaking know. So maybe, like, they had to keep her to... Because, like, it's that whole conversation we had before, right? Where I think that there's going to be a Darkholme, Royal House representative for everybody, and a Lightbringer Royal representative for each, and they're going to fight each other. That's what I think they're doing. So I think, like, the Lightbringer side is trying to make sure that any Lightbringer half-breeds in every house end up staying alive so they can fight against the Dark ones. That's my assumption on how they're going to do this. Or at least, like, not Darkholme, but, like, Asmodeus equivalent. So, like, notice how Varg is technically a Lightbringer? Like, he also is a Lightbringer. We found out that. Or at least he was partially Lightbringer, I think. Question then becomes, what? Is Angelus the Lightbringer? Or maybe Angelus is good? I don't know. There's a lot of thoughts about that. Oh yes, lovely face of this guy. Know what? If he looked like that all the time, that'd be cool. Hey look, it's Helios. Confirmed Helios. I didn't see no body. He healed! Renewal! It's confirmed! Yeah, but how did they learn to do that? From the original, who has renewal, who's named Helios. It's all canon confirmed. Everything I did was meant to be. Yep. Yeah, they said they want every... They do say right here, they want every house represented. So yeah. Oh, wait, what? Wait. This was a year before the rebellion. Did we see this one before? Oh, is this the all challenges bonus scene that we were waiting for? This isn't working at all. Oh, hell yeah. This is what we were fighting for, everybody. This shit. What do you think you're doing here, Gideon? Expression on your face is dreadful, to say the least. Aunt Beatrice, forgive me, No need to apologize, nephew. I know this banquet hasn't been the most exciting. Is this like how he meets Penelope or whatever? No, I don't think so. Because this is a year before the rebellion. But please, think about your reputation. What would our guests say if they saw the future of Lord Rose in such a state? Let them chat behind our backs for all I care. I just need a moment to gather myself, alright? You may take your respite once this evening has concluded. Now return to the main hall before anyone notices your absence. And tighten up that tunic, my boy. You look like a bum standing there. Why would you call him a bum? That's not royal language. It's like I said that. Just grant me a few minutes. Surely no one will take notice. I spoke with Father and he permitted me to step away. As always, Samuel's far too lenient with you. You know that? Perhaps it's that rambunctious spirit of his resurfacing after all these years. Well then, if you insist, but make sure you don't dawdle too long. My, isn't this a lovely evening, dear? So many illustrious guests. They may exchange smiles and pleasantries now, but soon enough the sweet facade they put on will slip. Before long, they shall be at each other's throats. You really know how to dampen the mood, don't you? Oh well. Why are you with him? I mean, I know that she's with him because he's one of the few who actually remembers her, but he's a big downer. I wish Lady Beatrice could have stayed with us a while longer. I tell you, she's a woman of most exquisite character. I have no doubt she will come back to us sooner or later. Wait, what? Beatrice? Come back to us? What the fuck are you talking about? She too must feel the desire to rekindle your old friendship. What? Okay. I can only hope you're right. It's probably nothing. Gideon, there you are. Oh, Penelope, I did not realize you were here. What's the matter? You look troubled. Is something amiss in the banquet hall? It's not going as Father planned. How so? The tensions between Thorgrim and Caithus remain at their peak. They haven't exchanged a single word since their arrival. Sitting at their dinner table feels more like attending a funeral. Have the serving maids refill their cups, and have the bards play a lively tune. I'm certain they'll start talking soon. Not so sure. Neither of them have even touched their drinks. Feels as though one wrong move could set off a fight in our halls. Perhaps this isn't the kind of conflict that can be resolved over a banquet. Still, I believe Lord Samuel was right to invite them both to this gathering. Father wanted me to lift the mood, but no matter how hard I tried, nothing's working. I failed him again like I always do. There, my love. I think you just need a moment to breathe. Luckily, I just so happen to know the perfect way to help you. What are you talking about? Follow me. There's some old friends waiting to greet us. Who do you mean? You really that dense today? Come on, let's get those tired legs of yours moving. Oh, look at that. The prodigal son has arrived. Shout out to Helios and fancy stuff. You've seen better days, Gideon. Hello to you too, Helios. Eleonora. By the divines, what's with that look on your face, Gideon? It's so dour, awfully reminiscent of someone else I know. Hey, you know it's true. I know, Fancy Shirt Helios. Do we unlock Fancy Shirt Helios for the next run? Sigh. And seriously, I mean it. I thought this little banquet was a chance for all of us to finally cheer up a bit. Don't tell me the sorrows of some gruff old men have gotten to you now as well. Honestly, I'd rather not talk about it. That bad, huh? Forgive him, Eleanor. Gideon is merely a bit stressed. This evening hasn't exactly been easy for him. Given that you two are here now, things are sure to get better. Truer words have never been spoken, my dear. You know what, Penelope? I think we should go and secure some drinks. In the meanwhile, let's leave these two saps to themselves, shall we? And they'll just stand there and say nothing. But there's lots of stuff they're eager to chat about, I'm sure. Sounds like a wonderful idea. Well then, lead the way. Follow right behind me. Where the hell is Helios? He's just hiding. It's because they didn't want to give him a freaking, like... They couldn't have given him, like, a fucking, like, mercenary thing or something. I don't know. Ghost Helios. Always good to know that at least someone is enjoying themselves. Yeah, maybe a bit too much for my taste. Come on, Helios, if you can cheer up a bit this evening... If I can cheer up a bit this evening, you can too. I don't know, I feel like Anderon's biggest buffoon walking around in this tunic. And I hope you won't be offended when I say it suits you, in a peculiar sort of way. Really now, in that case, you can rejoice. Soon enough, I'll be forced to wear this damn thing again. How come? I proposed to Allie. If all goes well, we'll get married soon. You did what now? Sorry for not telling you sooner. Growing soft with old age, huh? What was that again you once told me? Marriage is for soft-hearted fools drunk on some feeble ideas of romance? Yes, I get it. I'm a hypocrite. No need to rub more salt in the wound now. Don't worry, old friend. I'm just messing with you. Truth be told, I'm glad. I hope you'll be happy with Eleonora. I really do. Yep. Thanks, Gideon. That means a lot. Where is he? Where is my son? What's happening? How could you let him sneak off unnoticed? Your duty is to protect the Crown Prince. Is this when he meets Aloria and they do the Aladdin ripoff stuff? I think this is the same event. Forgive us, Your Majesty. He must have slipped away into the crowd while we were unaware. I don't want excuses. I want to know where my son is. Don't worry, Your Majesty. We will find Prince Aurelian. God damn it, this guy's such a buzzkill. For your sakes, I hope you're right. Calm down, my love. I'm sure Aurelian's fine. He's probably just wandered off daydreaming again. Someday his reveries are going to cost him his head. Yeah, probably. I want to know where he is now. You are not pleasant to be around. What's up, Cat Hunter? Lord Wester, have you received any news? No, and furthermore, I've just received word that one of my nieces is missing as well. I'm sure they're not related. Lady Aloria has vanished into thin air. What? Mobilize everyone in the castle. Search every inch of the perimeter. They need to be located at once. Of course, Your Majesty. Yeah, they're just effing. It's fine. Lord Wester, with me, we have some business to discuss. As you wish, Your Majesty. No wonder they rebelled on this guy. He makes Wester seem like a chill dude. Looks like our children have more in common than we might think. They most certainly have, my queen. What's wrong? You appear to be troubled, Lady Moriana. Worried about my daughter. Wherever she is, I hope she's safe. After hearing the tale of her ferocious spirit, I have no doubt about it. Perhaps she has met your son on her way. In that case, we have even fewer reasons to worry. I wonder. Oh ho ho ho! What's this commotion? Crown Prince has gone missing, and my sister too, by the looks of it. A young prince and a lady disappearing at the same time during a banquet? Can't be related. Wonder, however shall this mystery be solved? Oh my gosh, you're not suggesting that my sister and the prince? Aurelian! Aurelian! Perhaps this evening won't be so dull and uneventful after all. Aloria, always one for surprises. Whatever, let the rest of the castle sink into chaos for all we care. Let's just get drunk over here. We're here to enjoy ourselves. That we are. Now as for our drinks. You there. Oh, come on! Really? You there, serving maid, bring us some booze. Clearly natural serving maid. And don't go easy on it, we want a party. As you wish, my lady. Yeah, seems like a good barmaid to me, you know. Drinks are secured. Probably not poisoned. Penelope, Gideon, Helios, let's make this a night to remember, alright? Sounds good. Yes, I like that idea. Indeed, thank you all for lifting my spirits. Ah, we get the cool ending. This is what we fought for. No. 2 of them are dead. 3 of them might be dead. Ugh. Alright, that was our reward. I think that was worth it. That was fun. You know. Never. If you don't see a body in a game when they're dead, they're not dead. We covered this in Ace Attorney past game or whatever. You don't see the body, you can't confirm anything, okay? I didn't see his health hit 0. I didn't see him get crit. I didn't see his body on the ground. So no. He had a 37% chance of proccing Aegis, you know? Plus he's a flame guard. He's probably immune to fire. I don't know. This music does not suit what's happening here. Anyway, as the credits roll, this was super fun. Like, as I talked about before, like, all the planning we did was required. The one thing I regret is that 3B, when I did it off screen, I just didn't get the scroll I should have gotten. Like, if I had gotten it, we would have gotten to 12. We would have gotten to 11 and 11X. It would have been good. But we didn't. I still like to think we technically did everything, because even if Aurelian had the Lightbreaker scroll, it wouldn't have changed anything. Like, you can't crit him anyway. This is a weird ending, because we don't get the other stuff, but we get this. So, you know. Yeah, unless you don't get to pay turn 25. And me! You know, like, Garant was super good, Ragnar was great, Helios was Helios, you know. Everyone was just really pretty good, and rescue stabs were the MVPs again. Yep. You know, so like, I think I'm pretty much done with this game unless something else happens, like it gets a definitive edition or something, because like we've done everything there is to do here. Like we haven't played on normal, but I'm not playing on normal. You know, we beat it on hard, we beat it on Lunatic with all scrolls, and we got all challenges. Oh yeah, for sure. So, it's probably gonna be, Donkey Kong Bonanza, I think, actually. Because I did say I was gonna play that. So I should probably get on that. Probably. In terms of future Fire Emblem content, you know, there's a lot of things that we're obviously Andron Saga Definitive Edition, when it comes out, we'll play. Fortune's Weave, I'm going to play as well. Like, that's like an automatic. It's coming out in September. You know, and, in regards to, like, other Fire Emblem titles beyond that, like, I may open it up to, like, some Iron Mans, because I've never done that. And, like, the other thing I kind of want to do is I want to play, Path of Radiance and Radiant Dawn on Maniac mode, like the Japanese difficulty. I kind of want to do that, because it's nuts. So I might do that as well at some point. You know, where the Japanese version has an exclusive difficulty that was not on the North American one. And it has way too many units and it's nuts and you need to do a bunch of shit. Like, I'd like to do that too. So, you know. But I think Bonanza will be the next game that I play, just because, like, we need to get to that. And, you know, we still have, like, a month and a bit before Fortune's Weave comes out. I don't think Definitive Edition of Andron Saga will come out around that time, because I think the creator said he wanted to wait. And not, like, put them out at the same time. But we will be playing that when we get there. Yeah, randos will be in there as well. They're usually in between certain things, so, like, I think tomorrow we'll do some Bonanza. We'll probably do some randomizers in the middle of that. Whether we take a little break or not. But yeah, I think that's the plan for the next little bit. Yeah. You know, I want to say as well, yeah, we can deal with that later. Like, I appreciate everybody who, like, helped me plan this and who gave ideas, because there were certain things that really helped the run. Like, you know, the fact that we kind of prepped for Chapter 8, the fact that, you know, we had to do a bunch of crazy shit, and we considered, you know, certain stats and certain things. I just think it was, yeah. Oh, yeah. If we didn't have speed plus 4, like, what we would have had to have done is, like, if Ragnar had had, like, an extra 2 speed, he would have been able to quad everything. Oh, exactly. Like, he would have been able to quad, but his damage wouldn't have been high enough. Like, yeah, like, Madeline's ability to give damage was critical. Because we needed to put, like, we needed to give him speed and we needed to give him damage. And, like, Ragnar had maximum strength. Like, he had the most strength you could have. He had, like, 32, and he was still only doing 10 times 4 with Madeline there. Oh, yeah. You have to plan completely for it. Like, you need someone who can break through. And that's kind of the one... If I had to give a criticism to all challenges in this game, it's that, like, you very much need to know everything that's going on before you do it, or you have to get kind of lucky. Like, I think we did get lucky, because Ragnar turned out really good, and, like, we didn't really, like, run into the problem of Nihil so much. Like, it was there and it was annoying, but, like, the problem with Nihil is that there aren't that many units in this game. That's true, but maybe they wouldn't have let us. You never know. Nah. You probably could. But yeah, like, what was I gonna say? yeah, when you fight someone who has Nihil, there's not that many characters who have a really high strength stat that can break through him. Like, especially with his stats, like, his ability is that he heals completely every turn. So you have to kill him in one turn. You have to. He also has 41 luck, which means he's probably dodging everything that's close. It's just the way it is. So, like, and Garrett kind of loses effectiveness because you take double reversal out of the equation, you know, because of Nihil. So, like, I don't love Nihil spam as an extra challenge because it kind of forces you to know, to build for it. So you can't really do a blind run very well. Like, as I said, we were very fortunate. Like, what other unit beyond Ragnar could probably have done that with what we had? I don't really know if there is one. You know, like, yes, you could use all of, like, the boosters to boost damage. Yeah, true. Like, that was lucky, kind of, but, like, I guess if you had a Garrett who maxed every stat, and then you pennied with him, you could probably try to kill Aurelian, but there'd be a very high chance of backfire. Because, like, Garrett doesn't really get luck, which is the problem. Like, if you could force his luck to a high number, you could reduce the chance of backfiring, but he's also super weak to that. That's a possibility, I think, as well. Unfortunately, her strength boost stat doesn't work. So, like, the other option you would have is you would have to use Tide skills to boost. Like, the annoying thing about losing Angelus halfway through the game is that his Tide skill isn't available to you, and hit and avoid would be amazing. Like, it's, you know, it would be something that would be super useful. But, like, I think Jacob can also get a damage boost ability, I think. Like, he has that ability. So, like, I think if you support him with Alan, and then you support, like, if you get both of them to have damage boosting abilities, and you have Ragnar with high enough speed, then theoretically he can quad and do, like, 14 times 4. The one problem is that, like, you better hope you don't miss once. And, like, he had max skill, and even then his hit rate was, like, 80. So, like, it's tough. It's really tough. You know. Because you just, yeah. Yeah, like, his defense, like, his boosts are so high. Like, okay, let's say you had a Gideon with max stats, and he had a Dire Thunder. Could he break through and do enough? Maybe he could, but he would have to be maxed out in order for it to be a possibility. So, like, I think the option you would have to do if you were gonna fight him and win is you would have to have both Tide skill people boosting strength by 8, like damage by 8, and then you'd have to, like, charge Gideon in, have him attack, rescue him out, put a Ragnar in, have him attack, and then just keep doing that until you win. Like, you would have to do that, you know? Or the other option, I think, you would have to use What's-Her-Face and the Ash Cleaver, and you would have to somehow hope that you're able to kill, which I don't think you could hit him. I don't think she could hit him. So, you know. Yeah. And, like, I made the assumption a long time ago that the Tide skills were kind of required for us to win, because, as we know, yeah, like, Nihil doesn't work on Tide skills. It only affects the actual player or the character attacking. It can't negate Tide skills. Which is, like, the one kind of saving grace there. Yeah. And I theorized that that was possible early on in the run when I was building my ideas of the team, and we were right. You know. So, the only other thing I could think of is if you could pick someone who had higher caps. Like, if you were to promote focusing on the highest strength cap possible for every unit, you might be okay. But, like, at the same time, you would have to have certain people at really specific things. Like, I think Ragnar being a Berserker was required. Like, you had to do it because, like, every other one, I think his strength cap is lower. Maybe it's around the same, I don't know. But, you know, like, I'm trying to think of if anyone else... Yeah, Olga has 35, but her speed is terrible. Yeah, so, like, I don't know, I guess you could, like, hope she gets Jesus level ups and Bread Scroller to 35 with the Ash Cleaver, but, like, he would still negate Colossus. So, like, she'd need to be able to have a lot of skill, a lot of speed, a lot of defense, and she would need to be able to have a lot of strength, too. So, like, I don't really see it as being a possibility, really, to get through him, because, like, he had, what, like, 30 defense and 35 res or something? You can make Ash Cleaver work, but Olga's the only one who can use it. Actually, no, I think What's-His-Face, the Centaur, can use it too. I think? But you would have to bring him from Bowdymon's story, and you'd have to raise him to do it. Yeah. So it's like, and by the time you get access to him, like, yeah, you'd lose the hammer, and like, you'd get access to him in Chapter 6, you'd have one chapter to basically max him out, and then give him that thing. So, like, you would basically have to structure Chapter 7, or, like, Bowdymon's part, completely around it, in order for it to work. And even then, it's like, is there anyone else theoretically, like, maybe if you raised Maria, like, for the entirety of Chapter 7 and maxed her out, you might be able to, like, use her with with that tome to get a magic boost to damage it. Yeah, exactly. So you would have to set up specifically for that, which, honestly, I think Ragnar is a much easier option to go for. All you really have to do is save all the Speedwing stuff for him, and, like, be very careful with how you bread scroll. Because, like, he needs a little bit of help at the start, but then he just goes. Yeah, exactly. But, like, you need to bread scroll him, because he needs skill. Skill determines how good he is. And, like, you guys remember, like, when we got to 3B, he was already maxed at strength. So, like, his axe carried him. You know? So, like, he became really good. It's just, you know, once you're dealing with someone with Nihil who has powered up stats, and you have to deal with, like, you only basically have 2 turns to win, like, you gotta start using supports. That's the other thing. Nihil can't block supports. So, that's something we learned earlier as well. So, like, what you gotta do is you gotta make sure you know who you're supporting and figure out what their exact attributes are. You know, like, because certain attributes will increase hit, they'll increase damage. Like, you need to basically surround Ragnar with damage boosting or hit boosting things to give him a chance. And, you know, my Ragnar could have been better. He needed a point or 2 more of speed, and if he did, he would have doubled Aurelian. Oh yeah, well, I mean, Bjarki, when I do the run where you guys get to pick my units, I mean, Bjarki is gonna be one of them. You know? Like, that's gonna happen. Oh yeah, you're gonna make me play as Buggy. That's for sure. I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm surprised. Someone's gonna make me play with fucking Elmer. I know this. Like, I'm gonna have to use all the trainees in this run. It's gonna be terrible. I'm gonna have to keep Natalie. I'm gonna use both House Rose daughters. I mean, it's not really about whether they're good enough or not. It's about what I'm gonna be forced to use, right? I mean, we'll see, right? But yeah, so, like, you know, this game is really good. I think its challenges are kind of crazy. But, you know, I do think it got a little bit ridiculous at the end. Like, the PH modes were basically just harassment at the end. Like, especially in Chapter 10, it's like, oh, we're gonna have random people show up. Oh, we're gonna have them show up again. Let's do one more turn because I feel like it. Like, you know, it's funny, but it's also annoying. But I'm happy to say we were able to get through it. You know, we were able to do it. Yeah, it's true. And, like, we didn't know what they were gonna be. Like, I knew what, like, I think I knew what Chapter 1's was, but I didn't know what any of the others were until we got there, you know? as indicated by Chapter 8, which is one of the biggest bullshits. You know, whereas, like, Chapter 9 was... its PH mode was kind of weak, honestly. Oh yeah, Chapter 2 and Chapter 3B and Chapter 8 and Chapter 10 were the 4 hardest. Was not close. I would almost... 3B was the hardest one. 2 was probably the second hardest one, honestly. Maybe 8. Like, 8 and 2 are kind of close. 10 was... For a PH mode, 10 wasn't that bad. The stronger bosses was harder in that chapter. Like, when you know where all the PH mode stuff is gonna be, you can kind of do stuff with it and figure it out. Like, if I was doing Chapter 10 again, I would probably do it better. Because I know where all the enemies are gonna show up. Like, in our successful run, I only knew where the first set of Vikings came from. I didn't know anything after that. Yeah, I mean, that's the other thing, right? Technically, what I could have done if I knew this was coming is I would have raised only people, or I would have raised the majority of people who I knew couldn't get nuked. Because that would have meant we wouldn't have lost too many people. Like, we still would have lost people. But, like, we could have avoided it with certain people if we had raised them. Because we know they don't get nuked. You know, but, like, the plan was always going to be the same anyway. Like, basically, you spend the whole chapter power leveling Galahad so that he gets to the point where he can defend you at the end. That's basically what you have to do. You know, so... It's fine. I mean, like, Chapter 6-2 was pretty long, but the only reason it was hard is because freaking Jack made it hard. You know, like, Jack made it harder than a lot of other things. Like, once I did the run that I did, and I just shoved Garrett in the top left corner, I just didn't let anything happen. I was able to keep all the ballista. I was able to get Yvonne to crit range with Bloodlust, and we were able to win. Like, people, you could call shenanigans on, like, what I did. Like, I did 3B off-screen for the most part, even though I would have succeeded if I wasn't trying to get the mount skill. And that warp didn't happen. I did. Oh yeah, well I'm happy I was able to get it done. You know, because like we needed to show it off. You know. Yeah, I mean like 3B technically we would have cleared it way easier if I wasn't trying to do what I was trying to do in that chapter. Like because you guys were like, no, we need to get all the we need to get the trample skill. I was like, yeah, let's get trample. And we were able to get trample. If we didn't get trample, we would have cleared it a lot faster. For sure. You know, and then. You know, I got all, and, like, it did. We also made sure we got all the statues in Chapter 7, which I also thought was good. You know, like, they didn't force us to do that, but we did. I could have gone up with Yvonne, and I could have murdered What's-His-Face, and we could have won in, like, 2 turns, if I really wanted to. You know. And we were able to beat 9B in under 10 turns, or in 10 turns, so we got the movement thing. We were able to get Garrett's guy, which he had 34 speed with his boost. Like, for all the things about how good Garrett was, I really don't think he was that blessed. Like, his strength was good. His speed was not that good. His defense was good. His res was kind of bad. Like, he was not that good. His spear made him okay, but if he didn't have the spear on, he would have sucked. Is it about the power staff thing? Or, yeah. Apparently, if you're able to... Yeah. Yeah, apparently if you can promote him, you get to keep him, and he stays for the rest of the game. Yeah, I mean, like, I was not gonna try to do that in this challenge. You could do it on normal mode. Like, you get the Paragon Ring, you give it to him, you have him finish off all the enemies, he gets to 20, you use a Master Seal, he promotes, or whatever it is. And then you're fine. But, like, you would have to go out of your way to make it work. And I don't think you could do it on like, Lunatic. It would be very hard to do. Because eventually the reinforcements just keep coming. Yeah, you can slap Miracle on them. It's just, like, I was not going to try to do that this run. Because, like, we were already trying to get all the statues. Like, it was not, you know, we were kind of struggling a little bit. You know, but, like, I'll always say this about these games, and it's that, like, the hardest chapters for me most of the time are the early ones, because I have a lot less pieces at my disposal that I can use. Like, I feel like after Chapter 5, even though we had a rough time with some chapters, we never really ran into anything that was ridiculously impossible. Like, 8 was really hard, but we had a lot of pieces for it. You know, once we were able to promote everybody and get everybody going, like, there was pretty much an answer for everything we wanted to do. You know, like, you know, Chapter 7 didn't take me that long to do. Or whatever the statue one was. I think it took me like a stream and a half to do it. 3B was tough just because you don't have any you don't have any master seals yet. You've got like one and you get it like near the end of the chapter. So like, you know, like, I always operate better as the game goes on, because I have a lot more options. And obviously, like, oh my god, that was so annoying. And like, obviously the rescue stabs were key. Like, the one thing I'll say about this game, like, that is like the best advice I can give to anyone playing it, make sure you keep your rescue stabs at least one use by Chapter 10. If you have enough rescue stabs, because they give you 4. If you have all 4 of them, you're basically fine to do whatever. Like, you can move a lot more than you normally would be able to. Like, you guys saw what I did in Chapter 10, when I took out 2 of the royals, and I could have taken a 3rd one out if I like, farmed for an extremely lucky event. Yeah, like, it saves you so much time to use rescue staves. Like, you know, the one thing, like, obviously in all challenges Lunatic, it's harder because, like, there are certain things in place to prevent you. Like, you're rarely ever going to have a unit that is too strong. Like, in Chapter 8, like, one of my ideas was to use the rescue staff to, like, get people really far down to Aurelian to have them fight him. But that's the thing, right? Once we actually fought him, we learned there is no way, like, maybe you could have, like, done certain things to, like, maybe kill him earlier, but it wouldn't have worked very well. Like, you would have had to have had everyone down there. Exactly, like, and, like, if I didn't care about the Brave, like, the rings, I could have just had him go after her, and he might have been able to kill her, and then we would have lost the rings. But I wasn't prepared to lose those rings. Like, you know, like, I still wanted to keep them. The accuracy ring was super useful throughout this run. It was key, because there's just a lot of people who need extra hit, and there's, like, so many people have, like, 120 avoid. Like, if you have, like, a 50% chance on 1 RN, which, by the way, 1 RN, like, holy shit, I hate 1 RN so much. I mean, there's a reason it exists. I mean, all it does is just confirm how shit my luck is. Yeah. I mean, we lost Ada. We lost Ada in the final chapter, and then Madeline, because I missed a 94 or a 96. And even in Chapter 11, or 10X or whatever it was, we tried to silence a guy on the winning run with a 96% chance, and we missed. So I had to use another silence on him, which means that I couldn't freaking get the Berserk Staff later. Not that it mattered. I missed 585s once, too. I just have terrible luck sometimes. You know? And this is why, like, I always say, whenever I plan anything when I'm playing these games, I always plan to assume I'm going to miss on almost everything. So I always give myself a little extra wiggle room in case I miss, because I will miss. You know, like, I don't care if it's a 94 with 2 RN. I'm assuming I'm gonna miss on every move I make. Or, so, like, either I'm making a move with a backup in mind, or I'm doing something that even if I miss, I won't die. That's kind of the key to how I play these games. Yep. Well, you know, if you assume the worst, then you're never disappointed. You know, like, tactically, you assume the worst case scenario and you build up from there. That's just how I've always played these games. And I think it kind of shows in that very rarely do my units die. Like, obviously, in the final chapter, I was like, fuck it, and I sacrificed 2 units that I kind of had to do. But, like, here's the thing, right? If I had silenced that flaming wisp, either I would have had Ada kill the other one, or Ada would have been the one who got killed by the Lightbringer. Yeah, like, it was basically an ensuring win strat, you know, where, like, do I think Galahad would have died to her? Probably not, but you can't be 100% sure on that, you know? Like, she might have been able to hurt him or kill him or do whatever, so, like, especially if those wisps got at him, because they had Nihil. Of course they had Nihil too, because everything needs Nihil. One thing I found interesting about them, though, is that the wisps would not attack someone if they did 0 damage. So, like, they would go up to Helios, and they wouldn't even try to hit him. Because they couldn't hurt him. Because he had 32 res. You know. So, yeah. I think at the end of the day, like, this was a really good run. This is one of my proudest achievements on this game of Fire Emblem, is just doing this, because I think this is insanely hard, and I don't think a lot of people have done this. Like, there's probably a handful of a good amount who've been able to do this challenge. I mean, after all, I'm not like some sort of Fire Emblem super powered guy, but like, I don't know how many people cleared this with all challenges and got to see that scene. You know, I'm proud of it. How am I feeling about Fortune's Weave? I'm on the fence about it. Mainly because, like, I've seen what some of the maps look like, and they're a little too open for me. But, like, those could be, like, random skirmish board ones or whatever. Do I like the characters? I like some of them. Like, I think the designs are good. I'm worried about the story, not because I don't think it's gonna be good, but because, like, 3 Houses gave me PTSD, you know? So, like, I'm like, are they gonna do weird shit where they, like, don't tell a full story again? Or, like, a story that I don't love? You know, and, like, the route split thing is also fine, because they love the whole choose your character thing. Yeah, I mean, if they actually address some of the questions I had from 3 Houses, then I'm happy about that. You know, but, like, the problem with a route split where you have 4 choices is that, like, unless they all come together at the end, it's really hard to tell 4 really good stories. Like, I don't really like when Fire Emblem diverts a bunch of pathways, because unless they bring them all together, you end up with 4 weaker stories. Unless they have a 5th one at the end that kind of, like, incorporates everybody. But the other thing is, like, if the paths are too similar, then you end up just playing the game 4 times. I remember I played 3 Houses 4 times on stream, and by the 4th time I was like, I freaking hate this. You know? Like, I was done with... I don't want to play the game 4 times. So, like, I need there to be a decent enough diversity within the paths. I need them to be... I need the story to be decent and good. And, like, you know, like, do I know who I'm leaning towards in terms of the 4? I think so. I think I have an idea of who I'm interested in. I also hope that we can't just recruit everybody all at once in Chapter 1 again, because, like, I'm a fan of having 4 distinct paths with 4 distinct character sets. Like, I don't want you to be able to get people from other stories. I hate that, because it's like the whole thing that RPGs like to do, where, like, they're like, instead of having each individual unit be good at something and become masters of it, we're gonna make it so that you can customize your characters to be anything. Because when you do that, you logically end up with, like, 4 people who are the exact same. Because there's one type of unit that's better. It's like how, like, when they gave you reclassing in Shadow Dragon, everyone just made Wyvern Lords or whatever. Because, like, they were the best thing. So you just end up with a bunch of people in the same class. I hope it's not worse than Engage. It shouldn't be. 3 Houses had a better story than Engage did. And I didn't like 3 Houses' story that much near the end. I mean, I thought it was fine, but, like, it was missing some stuff. Okay, that's a good sign though. You know, like I want there to be diversity. Give me a reason to play the games again, and see something new. Like the thing I would want them to do is, you know, make every story unique or at least a fragment of the true story, and then make one story at the end that combines them all, or like something that unlocks once you've cleared all four. That's like maybe like 5 to 10 more chapters that finish the game off with everybody you have. Like, I feel like they should just do that, you know, because if they do that, then they give you closure. You know, they let you see every single story, and they let you kind of raise all the units individually so that at the end you kind of can choose who you want. Am I starting on Maddening? I mean, I did that for Engage, right? I might. I might do that. I might also start on the second highest difficulty, because like when I want to enjoy the game for the first time, I usually like to do the second highest difficulty. The problem with Engage on the highest difficulty was that we couldn't do any free battles. The game just didn't let us because they were all like promoted level 10 from the start of the game. But you know, like we'll see. If you guys want me to play the highest difficulty, I will. I will do it. You know, and we'll see what we have. Yeah. I mean, do you guys have any... Of the 4 paths, are you leaning towards any of them? Do you guys have an idea of who you would pick as your first path? Because I'm doing all the paths. I know which one I want to do first. You mean the... Yeah, the lady who plays, like, the lute or whatever? The one who can seemingly summon the monster whatevers? Yeah, Letta. Mm-hmm. Because, yeah. Honestly, Letta was my choice as well. If I had to pick one, I would want to go with Letta first. Because she seems like she's related to Claude, and I liked Claude more than all the others. So, like, she feels like she's a descendant of Claude. Oh, yeah. Well, you know, I think... I'm not gonna laugh at you for that. I think that's, like, the one they expect you to go with first. Like, he's kind of, like... The problem with him is he gives me the most, like, insert generic protagonist kind of deal. Where, like, he's like, I'm stupid, I don't read, I can do whatever. And it's like, you know, it's fine. Like, I think it's the one they intend you to start with. It's probably the one that's, like, the most balanced. I mean, Dietrich is, like, the most freaking emo dude of all time. I'm kind of interested in him, but, like, he's also, like, an edgelord. And, like, if I want to deal with edgelord stuff, I'll do that after. You know? Like, he's just gonna be like, ugh. I know, it's pretty sick, though. And then who was the other one? Oh, yeah, the boob lady who can use the orders or whatever. The battalions, yeah. The boob lady with the battalions. I mean, like... She's, like... Yeah. I mean, she's fine. I mean, she's probably interesting to a point. If I had to put my interest in the characters, it would be Letta, Dietrich, Big Boob Lady, and then generic young dude. Because I feel like I'm gonna hate hearing the generic young dude talk. Yeah, but I've never been a guy who loves strength and offensive power in my lords that much. Like, I'm not really the Hector lord. Like, as weird as it is, my favorite lord in Fire Emblem 7 when I played it was Lyn. It was Lyn, and it wasn't that close. Like, my friend loved Hector. I liked Eliwood a lot, too. It's just, he always felt like he was good at everything, but he wasn't great at anything. Except, like, I don't know. He always ended up being kind of mid. Yeah, I prefer the speed. I prefer speed lords. Yeah, it helps that his weapon, like, one-shots the dragon, though. Which is kind of like, he sucks, but let's give him a weapon that's good, and then we'll give Lynn the Soul Caddy, which is so heavy and stupid that she can never use it. And it's like, what the fuck? And also, you know, it's weird. It's dumb. What they did was dumb. But yeah, like, I'm a much bigger fan of a Speed Lord than I am of, like, an Axe Lord kind of thing. I know. I mean, you know, Kestra is basically Lynn, which is why I kind of liked her. But yeah, there's, like, a lot of... Like, all the lords will be interesting. I know they're, like... The generic dude's retainer has, like, a buff ability or something from range, which I think is really cool. Like, she can, like, boost stats from far away, which I actually think is a really neat mechanic. Like, I like that a lot. And then you have the archer guy, or the little archer person who has, like, insane range or whatever, which is good. And then you have, like, the Church of Saros slithering in the dark guy, who, what's his ability again? I don't remember what his ability is. But he was a bit of a weirdo. And then you've got, like, what's-her-face's, like, the pirate, like, the big brother lord guy who looks like a General Hammer guy. It's gonna be, like, I don't know how they're gonna balance, like, the skills. Like, the arts or whatever they use. Like, they gotta be careful with that, because, like, they can be super OP, or they can be like what happened in Engage, or no, in Three Houses, where, like, they start out good, and then by the end, you're just not using them anymore. Like, yeah, they're kind of good, but then later in the game, I don't remember using them that much. You know, it was just kind of like a stat fight over and over again. He has the eyeball laser beam thing out of his hand that can hit a group of units at once from far away. He's got, like, the Dragon Vein ability or whatever. So, like, you know, yeah, he can, like, deal with, like, a cluster of enemies at once, which is fine. But, like, I don't know. Like, if I had to pick, like, Dietrich has the coolest ability to me. He can just warp around and do a bunch of crazy shit, which I like. The battalion one is... I didn't love battalions in Three Houses, even though they were busted. So I was just kind of like... You know, like, oh, I've already seen that. That's not, like, a new skill for me. Yeah. And then he has Corrin's ability. That guy, which is fine. Like, it's usable and it's interesting. I still don't know what Leda's ability is going to be. Like, yes, she's going to be able to summon stuff, but, like, how's that different from battalions? Like, what... Is she going to be able to summon a unit that you control? Or is it going to be, like, an AoE ability? Like, is she a dancer, which means does she also buff people? Like, I don't know. Like, I'm not really sure what her ability is going to be, and it feels more interesting to me. But, you know, it could be. But we're going to find out eventually. Like, we'll get more news on this as we go. But yeah, like, I really want them to kind of expand on those who slither in the dark and actually freaking, like, wrap up the story or whatever. I know they're going to be using, like, time travel and demons or whatever the hell, which I don't know how I feel about that, because, like, I don't want them to do the stupid thing again where they're like, oh, you can use Fire Emblem people from the past to do shit. Like, stop doing that. Games are obsessed with that right now. Like, even that Final Fantasy game that's, like, that new 2D one they're doing, I was on board with it until they're like, summon the spirits of past Final Fantasy characters to help you. And I'm like, why the hell are you doing that? How am I supposed to, like, connect with the fucking characters if all they're doing is summoning other characters I already know? Like, you're not making your characters memorable if all they're doing is freaking, like, grabbing characters you already knew and be like, look at this. Like, one of the things I really didn't like about Engage is that they were so over-reliant on past heroes. Like, I'm not playing this... If I wanted to see those heroes, I would play their games. I wouldn't play this game. Like, the abilities were neat, but they didn't need to add heroes to them. You know? Like, or at least they didn't have to recycle them. I just didn't like that. And I don't like it when games do that. It's like, you're basically telling me that your game is too weak to stand on its own. For me, it repels me. It makes the game weaker. Like, if you're book or your story is relying on a bunch of other things that have already been good, you're basically telling me that you don't have anything that's strong enough to be memorable. Like, am I gonna think about freaking Alir in the future when I think of good Fire Emblem characters? No, I'm not. You know, like, all I'm gonna remember from that game about him is that his dialogue was god-awful, and so was everybody's. There was way too much talk about tea, and the coolest thing about the game were the rings and the heroes from other games that I liked more. So, like, you know, like, don't do that to yourself. I know you're trying to sell more, but your game is not gonna be like a freaking... Yeah, Engage had great gameplay, especially on the highest difficulty. Like, if I played it on a crap difficulty, I might have hated it. But, like, I'm always gonna say this, and, like, I thought about this yesterday. For me, the peak of Fire Emblem as it was Radiant Dawn. For me, Radiant Dawn is the highest peak that they had. If you count Path of Radiance as, like, the prequel to it, and you count them as one game, I think they're the best game they ever made. And the story was the strongest. Like, Radiant Dawn's story is so good, especially if you play Path of Radiance. It's like mwah. I still have a copy of Radiant Dawn in disc form with no scratches on it. It's like the only game from that era that I preserved with insane, like, detail. Like, that game's worth a shit ton now, which is hilarious. I'm not selling it, but I have it. You know, so it's like, yeah, like, Radiant Dawn, and I said this before, like, I think I told this story a long time ago. Radiant Dawn, to me, I didn't like it when I first played it, because I didn't realize that I could promote twice. So I went into the Goddess Tower with, like, Ike and Tabarn and everybody, but I had everybody at, like, level 20 only promoted once. So they were, like, level 20 sword masters, and I was like, why can't I kill anybody? This is so hard. I didn't realize I could promote into third until I was halfway through the tower. So, like, that's how insane it was. Like, I used all the Lagoos. The Lagoos Royals were the only reason I won that. That's the only reason I was able to do it. And Ike, like, I just shoved Ike at everybody with his max stats. And, you know, used all of the Lagoos Royals, and I was able to barely squeak through. But it was tough. Yeah, I thought the game was just impossible. Like, I was like, what the hell is this difficulty? I was also, like, this is when Brawl came out. So, like, I might have been, like, 15 at the time or something. So, like, I don't know. I just didn't realize. And then I came back and played it later, and I realized how freaking good the game is. Because it's so good. It's not easy. Like, on hard mode, there's no weapon triangle, and you can't even see the range of the units you're fighting. It's nuts. Like, that game is hard as shit. But that game's story is also amazing. Like, if you were to... Could you name a Fire Emblem story, maybe other than 4 or 5? And even then, I don't think so. Name a story in Fire Emblem that, other than the Tellius games, that's as detailed and as rich as that one is. Like, that game feels like it's like a story for, like, fancy Fire Emblem monocle people. Like, it's so freaking detailed, and there's so many things going around. Like, that world is, like, my favorite world. Because it's so fleshed out and it's so detailed. And this was before they started making the whole self-insert character thing. So, I love Radiant Dawn. Oh yeah, for sure. I think they ran out of time. Honestly, they tried to do way too much. Like, Claude's story is the closest one to being an actual completed story. Like, Edelgard and Dimitri's stories were so weird because it felt like they were missing 5 chapters. You know, especially, like, the last chapter of Dimitri's where the Slithering and the Dark People show up out of nowhere when you hadn't even really talked about them the whole game, and then they just, like, leave after, and you're like, what the hell? Like, why would you even show these guys? You shouldn't have showed them in Dimitri's story at all if you were gonna do that. Like, why did you do that? You know, I guess it's supposed to, like, make you play the other stories, but then you play the other stories and they don't really talk about them either until you go into Claude's story. And even then, like, it's like he just starts fighting them at the end, and then it just kind of like, well, you know, they raged on and did whatever, you know. And, like, I always find it hilarious that, like, in Edelgard's ending, they're like, oh yeah, they fought and they were eventually able to defeat those who slithered in the dark. And I'm like, excuse me? Did you just do the epic confrontation in a epilogue paragraph about Edelgard? Like, what the hell are you talking about? What is that? That's terrible. That's so bad. Like, no, I want to know what happened there. And then they give you DLC that's decent, but it doesn't cover the stuff I wanted them to do. You know? Oh, they totally did. Like, I hope this time they learned their lesson, because, like, they tried 4 routes and they basically came up with 2.5 routes. You know? And they reuse so many maps, and it's just like, you know, yes, you're fighting Rhea most of the time. You know? And it's just slight differences. You know? And it's like, no. Like, do the thing where you give us, make us play all the stories and then give us an extra one at the end. You know? Yeah. And, like, you know, I get that, like, you know, they were also trying to do a thing where it's like, well, you know, sometimes things don't end well, and sometimes happy endings don't happen. You gotta pick your side and you gotta go with it or whatever. And I'm like, that, man. I don't play video games so I can deal with, like, the bollocks. I mean, he'll make his decision on it if he wants to. I mean, I'm gonna play it either way because of course I am. I'm like 40% Fire Emblem now on this stream. Like, this channel is almost like half the time a Fire Emblem stream these days. You know, but you know, it's like I don't play Fire Emblem so that I can get some weird shitty ending that makes me be like, well, that didn't really solve anything. Like, if you're gonna do something like Path of Radiance, even with Path of Radiance, the thing I liked about Path of Radiance the most is that, yes, the freaking story where you beat Ashnard is kind of like a moment where you're like, eh? But, like, there was another game coming after that, and it set everything in motion. Like, if you look at 9 and 10 together, it's an amazing game. It's an amazing game. If you look at 9 by itself, it's a good game. You know? Yeah, like, you know, jury's out on this. We don't know if this game is going to be really good. I just need it to get away. Like, it's going to have a Somniel thing, which I hate. Oh, yeah. I'm doing Lunatic Japanese modes on those with an English patch. Hell yeah. Of course I'm going to do that. You know, I'm going to struggle through it. We're all going to struggle through it. We're going to see what we can do. We're going to see firsthand how many freaking units we're dealing with all the time and how strong they are. And, you know, we're gonna get there. You know, it's not something I'm gonna do right away. It might be something I do after Fortune's Weave, because I'm probably gonna play Fortune's Weave relatively close to when it comes out. Depending on how long Bonanza goes. You know. Because, like, you know, why not, right? But, you know, like, we'll see how it turns out. I'm gonna play it. I'm never gonna not play it, like, so we'll see. Anyway, I think I'm gonna head out now, maybe? Yeah. I think I want it to be super good. Please let it be good. Like, there isn't really a Fire Emblem... The last Fire Emblem game I thought was a really good game was Radiant Dawn. I thought the other games were, like, ups and downs. Like, Birthright, I thought was too easy. Conquest, I thought, was too ridiculously mathy with all the ninjas. And, Revelations, I thought was, like, a weird mix between the two that was sort of good and sort of eh. Like, I thought it was fine. You know, the Fire Emblem game that revived the series, I don't remember what it was. The one before, Awakening, I think it was? Was that the one? That one, I don't remember anything about it except Robin and Crom, or whatever. Like, I don't remember much about it. I know it was a good game, I just don't remember it very well. Oh yeah, and in Conquest, you got punished for pairing up all the time. Like, Birthright taught you that pairing up was amazing and you always won with it. Conquest taught you that if you paired up all the time, you get murdered by ninjas. And then Revelations kind of was Revelations, you know? Shadows of Valencia was actually really neat. Like, I liked it. Shadow Dragon and Mystery of the Emblem were good, but I didn't like their animation style. And, like, the self-insert characters were kind of busted. Shadows of Valencia is a neat game. You know, like that was a fun game. You know, maybe someday I'll play that on stream because I think Citra is good enough to do it now, and I have a copy. So, believe in Fortune's Weep. I want it to be good. I want a good Fire Emblem game that is official. Okay, these ROM hack games are amazing, but I want a good official Fire Emblem game, not just because I'll enjoy playing it, but because it'll, you know, keep the series going. Because I love these games. They're so good. You know. Anyway, it's like 6:50 now, so I gotta go. We ended up talking for like an hour, which I think is sick. I'll be back tomorrow with some Bonanza. Get your bananas ready. I shouldn't have said that. Assume I didn't say that. Get your adventure caps ready. You know, we'll get some golden bananas or whatever. I don't even know what it is. And you'll hear "Oh Banana" like 60 times. Yeah, I know. Like, it should be good. I'm expecting this game to be great, you know? But yeah, so I'll see you guys tomorrow. We'll be ready to play it. And until then, take it easy. Have a good day. And thanks so much for watching and participating in this playthrough. It was awesome. It's always awesome to stream Fire Emblem with you guys. Bye.